Hey y'all, welcome back. Today's video is on my 1999 Ford F-250. It's an early 99 model, and because of that, I think I've got some more hoops to jump through due to the modifications that I've done to this truck. This truck has had heart surgery. It's got a new, engine in it that's modified with injectors from Full Force, KC turbos, stage 2 turbo on it. It has studs, ceramic coated this, ceramic coated that. Exhaust that is nowhere near stock anymore. 4-inch all the way down, I do believe. Because this thing has been together for quite some time. When I bought it, it was a stone stock truck. Bought it from almost the original owner. I have a copy of the title that was original to the truck. So I've got a good history on the truck. I've got a file somewhere in my filing cabinet for this truck. It's kind of like a boat. It's one of those things you throw money at and just keep on throwing money at. Because I opened up a can of worms when I modified the truck. But when I put the new heart in there, it happened to have a little more gusto than the legs could handle. We took out the input shaft or forward drum on the 4R100 transmission that's in it. I guess it's kind of a common thing. Once you take this thing from 225 or 250, whatever it was, as an early 99, clear to almost 400 horse, maybe even more. I'm not exactly sure. Haven't stuck it on a dyno. Don't ever plan on it. But with the engine modifications came the modified transmission, which I had built by Brian's truck shop in Arkansas, I believe is where he's at. Friendly fellow. Before I put this transmission in, he told me that I may have some shifting issues. I don't think it's all the way across the board when you have a modified truck, Super Duty truck. But in this case, I was really asking for it because this truck is an early 99, which has a different PCM that is a little slow to respond, from what I understand. And it's slow, when I say slow to respond, it's slow to locking up the torque converter. And I'm getting a jumping issue, and I'll just cut to that video clip right now. Okay, now that you've seen that video clip with the tack bouncing all over the way, and it kind of shakes you in the seat, and I'm trying to get rid of that issue. I don't like it. It's not good. It can't be. It's not pleasant. Maybe it'll last forever. I don't know. I just don't know. But what I do know is that it's miserable to drive like that, and we're going to try to resolve that. And so after some conversation with Brian and conversation with Jelibuilt, the tuning company, we decided to go with a PMT2 engine computer. So it's the one that goes through the firewall. It'll replace the XL4 or XLE4 that is currently in it. Well, we'll cut to a clip of the old computer and the new computer. The new computer has the 7.3 in paint marker on it that I got from a salvage yard. All right, to prep this thing, the chip, I gotta remove this cover. Okay, I cleaned the contacts off just using, where is it? My thumbnail. Plastic square. Use the plastic square on the backside to rub it off. It's just an easy to remove coating. And then I use this brush that I had lying around to clean the contacts off. You don't want to clean them too much like with sandpaper, because you could end up removing that solder, which helps make for a better contact. So now it's just time to put the cover back on and install it. All right, this is a continuation. It's another day, a few days down the road, a Sunday afternoon. I think I installed the computer Tuesday or something like that night, and the old one computer, and it wouldn't fire. Now we're gonna walk over to the truck. It's running. What I've been running into is that I had it running earlier this morning with the PCM clamped off. The new PCM just kind of clamped lightly into place with the computer housing clamped into the metal frame, and I get the wait to start light and everything else comes on. All the critical factors, functions, indicators of getting a 7.3 to start are there. I'm gonna try disconnecting the C-clamp, just let the computer hang loose and see if we get a starting situation. I'm starting to wonder if I've got just a weak ground ground connection on one of the pins in the new PCM, because the one original truck 100% every time fires up, but I just have this nasty transmission shifting issue that's a real pain to deal with. So crossing my fingers here, so excuse me, so to speak, that I might be chasing my missing link with the new PCM ground, possibly. So we're gonna go under the dash and see if we can kind of pull the clamp off and see if the problem goes away, or I'm just gonna pull it off and see if this thing quits running. Now we're gonna try it again. Wait to start light comes on. She's gonna fire off. Gas pedal. Next question. Can I hook the tuner up and make this work? So I better check my Hydra, make sure that is put all the way over to setting number 9, where I have, which I believe it is, setting number 9, where I have the current tunes for the PMT2 ECM. If that's the case, great. This thing should start with or without that chip in there, no matter what. So I'm going to throw this chip in right now, kill all the power so we don't dangle anything up, short anything, and see if we get the solution that we're looking for. The solution of this thing running and starting consistently. Heavy on the consistent. Okay, it's running. PCM loosely into place underneath the dash. Okay. I'm gonna shut this baby down. Check wait till start light comes on. Okay, I'm gonna go underneath here. Install the hardware. Hardware is installed. This is where I got it the last time. And it was the same thing. The wait to start light comes on. There we go. Wait to start light comes on the dash. That she's lit up. So we got power to the PCM. So let's take it for a drive. We're gonna see if we have any weird, funky, stuttery, ishy shifts. She feels different already. Like I actually got to put a little more brake pressure on when I'm shifting from park to reverse. I think that torque converter is actually starting to do something. It's a good sign, maybe. That's a nice shift. Firm, but not neck snapping. Joint braking. Shifts like she's supposed to. He's from 1 to 2. So I'm gonna turn her around and put your eye on the tag so you can see what I'm seeing. This thing would have been bouncing all over the place. Now I gotta try to find a trailer to hook onto with a little bit of load. We're gonna go test this thing one more time to see how she shifts under load, because in my last bit of testing, or the last go around with the upgraded tunes that pertain to the upgraded tunes for Brian's truck shop transmission and the full force injectors, turbo, etc. The upgraded tunes with the old PCM led to hard shifts under load driving around, which I didn't catch at all, because let's see if we get the same result with the new PCM and the new PCM codes. Right now I only have one tune in there, and it's just a performance tow tune. Either way, it's not super aggressive. Let's find a trailer to drag. Wow. At least there's just enough room for my hand to get around the winch bracket. All right, she's sitting on there. The dead Toyota, dead weight, that's all we need. Sitting on the Ford, barely made the thing even settle. Better than the bump stops like the rig it came in on. Boy, if he's watching, this will get his blood going. Can't even feel this thing behind me. You can tell I got a car on the back. I call them SUVs. I call them SU wagons. Anyway, it should be enough though. It should weigh, I would like to think it weigh more than my laser and my welder air pack. We'll find out. Boy, this truck is quieter too. They weren't kidding when they said that the newer PCMs made them better. They learned something from 98 to 2001. Attaboy Ford. Alright, pulling out onto the road, a little bit of weight, give it a little bit of load. So far so good, guys. So far so good. See, we're creeping up on 55 miles an hour. Engine light, we'll see what that came back on for. Nice downshifts. Watch this pyrometer. I'm gonna put my foot in it with a load on it. Okay, she's working. I don't dare. I'm not even showing you my speed because I don't even know what it is. What I can tell you before was that thing would have, doing what I just did there, it would have screamed right up to 1300 and probably and beyond, running what I did there. So I'm really impressed with these tunes now and the new PCM. I think we just got an IDM communication issue resolved. Could be the old school IDM with the newer school PCM. I don't know, dig into it. At least my concerns right at the moment. So there y'all have it. You got my experience of my PCM conversion and upgraded tuning to solve rough shifting transmission issues that really were a direct result of having the early 1999 PCM still in the truck. No matter how hard Jelibuilt tried to write programs, you just can't get around a PCM that just doesn't quite get there. But now that it gets there with the new PMT2 transmission, or PCM, out of a 2001 F250, this thing runs much nicer. And as far as both the companies that I had to work with in this situation, Brian's Truck Shop, absolutely 100% professional. He could have done what other tuners and companies have done in the past when I was working through the initial buildup of this truck, where they blamed things on other people and didn't provide me with really any real solution. But now, this was the opposite situation. Brian was a wealth of knowledge. He gave me information that I was able to pass on, useful information that I was able to pass on to Jelibuilt, and they wrote custom tunes to work with his transmission and how he tuned it for my pickup. This thing shifts as nice as it ever has shifted. Maybe it could be a little better in some certain situations, but not bad. Not bad considering it's done all over, via the internet, from east to the west to the up to the north here. But if you guys have a Brian's Truck Shop transmission and you're having some shifting issues, get a hold of the man. He's very responsive. If you got some tuning needs, get a hold of Jelibuilt. They're quick to respond, especially if you comment via email. Get a hold of their sales. I think it's sales@jelibuiltsomethingorother.com. Go to their website and you get their contact info. They were wonderful to work with. They provided the original tunes that I paid for the old PCM, and they provided a second set, the upgraded, no charge, and they were no charge with full mental engagement when I was feeding information back and forth. So once again, thanks to them. Got to get on their website or Google or whatever, fill out their review, because I got to give them a 5+ star up review, and I do the same for Brian. I'm going to see if I can do that for him, in fact. But anyway, if you guys found this helpful, please, and enjoyable, please smash that like button. Please subscribe, comment below if you got any questions, share it out. Until the next time, venture on. Thanks for watching. Take care.